Welcome to the 10 by 10 Get Ready for the Show. Howdy folks, welcome to the 10 by 10 Variety Night, brought to you by the Main Theater in Old Town Newhall, California. Still coming at you the first Thursday of every month, and in these times of social distancing, still virtual. I'm Squeezebox Sam. I'm one member of the musical making group Grit. We've had the fortune of being the 2020 10 by 10 season house band, and we thank you for having us out. Usually we manifest as a quartet and make some music for you, but tonight we got a special treat. Our brother Aaron Miranda, the stringmeister, is going to play a solo tune for you. Stormy Weather. Aaron?
Don't know why there is no sun upon the sky. Stormy weather since me and my gal ain't together. It's raining all the time. All the time. Since she's run away, the blue storm came and get me. If she doesn't stay, old chair will come and get me. Oh, what I can say is ask for the good Lord to let me stay on this song just once more. Life is hard, grim and misery everywhere, stormy weather. Can't put my poor self together. Keep raining all the time, all the time.
Weren't that pretty? Thank you, Brother Aaron. Before we get on into the show, got some time for some Squeezebox trivia. And speaking of stormy weather, in the 17th century, John Milton wrote in his epic poem Paradise Lost, "So sang her rash hand in evil hour, forth reaching to the fruit. She plucked, she ate. Earth felt the wound, and nature from her seat, sighing through all her works, gave signs of woe, that all was lost." Even Adam and the forbidden fruit, source of a lot of troubles for humankind since. Now, all through history, there's been discussion as to what exactly the forbidden fruit might have been. We, of course, all know the apple, but did you know that one of the major contenders is the pomegranate? And if you consider the difficulty in consuming a pomegranate, even Adam must really have wanted to commit that original sin. But fortunately for us, in modern times, we can buy original sin in liquid form in a bottle. Refreshing. recyclable, almost guilt-free. And as Oscar Brown Jr. said, now you went and did it. Now you're going to get it. Get ready for the first act.
Hi everyone, welcome to this digital version of 10 by 10 that's usually held at the main, but is now being held in bedrooms from around different places in Los Angeles. I'm not sure where I am in the program, but I hope you guys are enjoying the show, and thanks to Jeff Barber for still organizing this show despite all of us being in quarantine. So normally I play ukulele and sing. I'm still going to do that, but I thought I'd start off the set by playing the piano. I don't usually bring the piano just because it's such a big instrument, but I wanted to share some of these songs with you. So this first song is an original song. It's called It's So Easy to Fall in Love. So I'm going to be doing all original songs for you guys in this set, and I thought it would be fun to kind of have a little theme, and so I decided to do only love songs. So this next song is called Radio Love, and it's kind of just about writing a song for somebody, and then that song becomes famous, and then they hear it everywhere they go, and they can't stop hearing the song. When you get in your Uber, your driver's gonna be super duper excited when the song comes on. He'll sing along a little too loudly. And when you walk in a Trader Joe's, you're gonna see people dancing on with your favorite band. The singer grabs his guitar and says it wasn't planned, but he wanted to do a cover of this song for you. It'll be the music in the elevator, it'll be a promise that I'll see you later, it'll be a reminder that you are greater than you think. And I hope you like it, 'cause I wrote you catchy tune. The whole world will know it soon. I wanted to tell you that I love you so. I wrote you catchy tune. The whole world will know it soon. I wanted to love you everywhere you go. I love you through the radio. It's gonna get stuck in everybody's minds. They're gonna sing about you all the time. It's gonna get stuck in everybody's minds. They're gonna sing about you all the time. I wrote you a catchy tune. I wrote you a catchy tune. I wrote you a catchy tune. The whole world will know it soon. I wanted to tell you that I love you so. I wrote you a catchy tune. The whole world will know it soon. I wanted to love you everywhere you go. I love you through the radio. Alright, I've got one more song for you guys, this time on the ukulele, and I wrote this song pretty recently. It's called Might Be Too Late, and I put it out on YouTube and Instagram, and it's kind of funny because this song has actually been recorded, or like a few other people have made covers of it and put it up on their own pages, so it kind of reminded me of the previous song, because like I wrote this song for somebody as a love song, and now they're hearing it in multiple places, like around the internet, so I think it's kind of cool. So yeah, here's Might Be Too Late. Those days with you were some of the best of my life, but don't take that too seriously. I know this is fragile and still so new, but I'll still get on any 11-hour flight for you. I don't wanna rush this, baby. No, I don't wanna rush this, baby, but it might be too late. guys for watching. I'm Abby Lyons. You can find me on Instagram and YouTube and at the main. Maybe I will see you there. Stay inside, stay safe. Bye.
Hey everyone, thank you for having me at the 10 by 10 Variety Show. My name is Adam Wiley. I'm an actor and I'm also a magician. I'm here to show you guys some magic. Hopefully you love it. I'm going to start out with a normal deck of cards. You can see that all of the cards are in fact completely different. Now I'm just going to take the bottom 4 cards here and we're going to make some amazing magic happen with these cards. I'm going to show you which cards they are. They are the 8 of diamonds. I'm going to go ahead and flip that 8 of diamonds face down so that you guys can see it's actually face down. And then we have the 6 of spades. We're going to flip that face down. We have the 9 of clubs. Like that, we're going to flip that face down. And we have the 3 of hearts, and we're going to flip that face down as well. Now, here's the thing, is I actually didn't want to use random cards. I'm going to flip that 3 of hearts face up so I can show you exactly what I mean. Don't adjust anything on your screen. I assure you, I'm not using CGI. I'm using good old-fashioned sleight of hand. Watch that 3 as it turns into the card I really want to use, which is the Ace of Spades. So now that we have the Ace of Spades and all 4 aces, we can go ahead and we can move on with more of the magic. So what I'm going to do is something really, really awesome. Oh, by the way, I could have you guys examine these if you want. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to take those 4 aces and I'm going to put them right here for just a moment. Now, I'm going to randomly go through this deck and stop at some random card. And yeah, we're gonna do one, even change it up even more. Great. We'll even go further. Sure, the 4 of clubs. Look at that. The 4 of clubs, that's the card we are going to use. Now, we're also going to use something else, but I want you guys to see that I'm going to take that 4 of clubs and I'm just going to put it upside down so that it's right there for everybody to see the whole time. The other cards we're going to use, of course, are the aces. Now, what we are going to do is flip those 4 aces face down. I want you to see this very, 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 very close up, okay? So this is we'll flip this one face up too, all of these cards. We're going to flip the Ace of Clubs face down. Now we're going to flip the Ace of Diamonds face down. Now we are going to flip the Ace of Hearts face down. And finally, the Ace of Spades flipping face down. Watch as they all become one. And when I mean become one, I mean actually become one. One card right here, the 4 of clubs. Isn't that ridiculous? I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Adam, if that is the 4 of clubs, what in the world then is this card upside down right there? Well, that is not just one card. That's actually 4 cards. The Ace of Spades, the Ace of Hearts, the Ace of Diamonds, and the Ace of Clubs. One more time, we are going to go ahead and use all of these cards. Thank you guys so much. I want to point out something that's very, very important. What's very, very, very important is not only is this a shuffled deck of cards, and not only are there no other aces inside this deck of cards, but I want to point out my wallet. My wallet's going to be very important. I have this compartment right here where my driver's license is. I want to show you that there's actually nothing there. And that's going to be the important bit. I'm going to go ahead and put my wallet inside my pocket, but I just want you guys to remember that that's there. Okay? Perfect. Now, what we are going to do is we're going to take all 4 of those aces, and we're going to put them inside the deck and shuffle, or souffle, that's French for shuffle, them inside the deck. And they're going to all find me very, very quickly. We'll give it one more shuffle and some cuts. The first ace jumps up out of the deck and finds me. That is, in fact, the first ace, the Ace of Clubs. The second ace, that one we need to find. This time, we go into the middle of the deck. One comes down onto my palm, and that would be the second ace, the Ace of Diamonds. Yes! And now we have another ace. The third ace, which is, I believe, the Ace of Hearts. And we're going to find that Ace of Hearts just like this, upside down in the middle of the deck. That leaves us with one ace to go, of course. The lead ace, the Ace of Spades. And all I have to do is snap. Isn't that cool? All I do is snap. It's ridiculous. Now, when I snap, I actually go back inside that wallet that you guys saw earlier. Right here, inside the wallet, inside where my driver's license was, is now one upside down card that is in fact that trusty ace of spades. Thank you guys so much. I actually want you guys to do some magic. I want you guys to do some magic from your seats at home with this, a rubber band, okay? You guys are gonna see this. It's gonna be so awesome, and you're gonna do it yourself. So what you're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this rubber band around my fingers like this. I'm gonna break it like that. And I want you guys to put it back together. See, you thought about it and you did it. Even if I were to really, seriously break it, you guys could even still do magic with it. Isn't that crazy? I'm going to show you what I mean. But first, I need a ring. I'm going to use my ring, just like this. And a joke from my favorite magician, Mr. Johnny Ace Palmer. See, what he does is he takes a ring, he puts it inside his hand, and he gets it back, but only sometimes. I really love that joke. Now we're going to put the rubber band through the ring, just like this. And you guys are going to cause the ring to move up the rubber band. So all I need you to do is just concentrate on that ring, and you're gonna swear that you are actually going to see it move up that rubber band. I know I'm not even doing anything. Yeah, I'm not even looking at it. I'm just trusting that you guys are actually doing the magic. Thank you so much for doing that for me. I really appreciate it. Some of my favorite magic is coin magic. I'd like to show you guys an example of some coin magic. We are going to take some coins and make some magic happen. I'm going to take 4 coins. I'll show you. They are Kennedy $50. I'm going to put them all in a line right here. That is actually going to be very, 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 very important. Put them all in a line, just like this. And we're going to leave the case right here too, because we're going to come back to that in just a second. But we're going to put them all in a line, and we're going to make them move from one end to the other. Okay? Watch very carefully. I want to make sure you guys see all 4 here. Okay? Watch. We're going to take them, and we're going to make them move from one side to the other, leaving 3 coins here, 1 coin over here. That might have been a little too fast. It's okay. We'll do it one more time. 1 coin here, 3 coins here. Watch very carefully. All I have to do is a little bit of magic. That's 2 and 2. You guys are going to actually see that 3rd coin fly right across. Did you guys see that? Well, nothing's happened yet, so hold on. Just like this, bam! That's 3 coins over here, 1 coin over here. For that last coin, we're going to actually make it travel impossibly into the coin purse. Thank you very much. I'm totally just kidding. I am just kidding. That's ridiculous. I would never do that. We will, in fact, make it travel impossibly into the coin purse, because that's what we want here. It's magic. We want real possibilities, real things. Watch these 2 coins right here. All I have to do is put that 1 coin down, give a little bit of magic, and it vanishes. And if I open that coin purse one more time, you can see that now a coin has traveled all the way in there. Thank you guys so much. We're going to finish up with something really cool. I'm actually going to teach you guys how to do something. I need some props in order to make this happen. It's not the prop. I need this prop right here. I need this. Silly putty. It's very, 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 very important. Now, silly putty looks very interesting, right? Because I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but silly putty, when stretched out and like played with, it kind of, to me, looks like ABC gum, which is pretty cool. So what you can do is you can put the ABC gum underneath a table or something, whatever you really want, table, chair, whatever. And you can say, hey, look, guys, I found ABC gum. And when your friends are like, ew, dude, you're gross, you can be like, well, wait, I can recycle it so it's no longer gross. And then you put it into your hand just like this, and you squish it. You squish it as hard as you can. And if you squish it just right, it will actually turn into the candy in which it came from. Oh, and then I have an extra popsicle stick or lollipop stick. And all you do is put that lollipop stick in there, and it looks like a blow pop. It's really gross to carry that around with you, so you tell your friends, look, I can wrap it for you if you want. And then your friends can have a lollipop, and it's totally cool, and it's real, and they can have fun, and they can eat it themselves. I'm Adam Wiley. Thank you guys so much for having me. I'm going to eat this candy now. I'll see you later.
Hi, everybody. What's going on? Oops. Okay. Sorry about that.
You forgot your mask.
Hey, we'd like to thank Jeff Barber for having us on 10 by 10, which is also the dimensions of our house. And I'm Danny, this is Brandy. We play in National Cash, Johnny Cash Tribute, nationalcashband.com. And this song is called Virginia Louise, written by Brandy, and that happens to be the name of her grandmother.
Yep.
Rest in peace, all right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Flying down the street, I'm being chased by the heat, and I see an alley. I duck back in the alley. I'm thinking I'm alone, that's when I smelled her like gun smoke and money, sweeter than honey. Face like an angel, devil in a dark room. She got me on my knees. Woo, Virginia Louise. Her blood red lips and the sway of her hips intoxicating. I was suffocating. Hey there, stranger, gotta light my wildfire growing. The cigarette starts glowing. Legs up to there, her shiny raven hair. She throws back her head and laughs. Virginia Louise. Now I wasn't looking for trouble, but she always seems to find me like rain in the lightning. I need a favor, she coos, would you kindly oblige me? And her eyes paralyze me. She wouldn't let go, how could I say no? The next thing you know, woo-wee, Virginia Louise. All right, let's go, Virginia. Kerosene explosions, fist fights, cement shoes and executions, bank robbing, fancy cars, brass knuckles, dive bombs, shootouts, blackouts, handcuffs, and no, I can't take it anymore. That's right. You got me hard tied on the floor. I'm begging, have mercy on me, Virginia Louise. Virginia Louise, Virginia Louise. Now the next thing I know, I'm sitting in the hole with 10 to 20, and she got all the money. No more smoke and honey. That's right. The blood red lips and the sway of her hips, legs up to her shiny raven hair. I dream in solitary of Virginia Louise. Of Virginia Louise, I dream. Oh, Virginia Louise. Virginia Louise. That's right. All right.
I dropped my pick.
She dropped the
Never
pick.
dropped my
That's
pick.
all right. All right. So I mentioned we're in the National Cash band. We're also in a great band called National Cat. So we gave it those two names so nobody would be confused between the two. You know, people say to Brandy sometimes, it must be great being married to that handsome, talented guy. Does he sing to you around the house like an Elvis movie? And actually, I do sing a lot to her around the house.
Yeah.
But I had not written a song about Brandy until this one, and it's about that laugh that she has, and everybody that's around her knows this great laugh, and she's always laughing and smiling, and I figured that's what we write the song about. So it's called "Hear That Laugh." It goes like this.
So sweet.
Yes, I'm very sweet. When we first lost in the snow. I couldn't read the signs, didn't know which way I should go. She tried to calm me down, but my nerves were shot. I had nothing, but with her I had a lot. And as we lived through those uncertain years, she showed me a life. Now I can't wait to hear. I can't wait to hear that laugh, see her smile. When she gets home, we always talk for a while. 'Cause she's my girl, and I just can't wait to hear that laugh and see her face. Now I know I'm lucky, but I'm not afraid to say I give her something back. She gets lucky every day. She gets me so excited 'cause she's got the magic touch. I've never loved anything or anyone so much. When she holds my hand, it takes away the fear. Now I'm waiting every day just so I can hear, just so I can hear that laugh, see her face. We're running together in this human race, and she's the one. I just can't wait to hear that laugh and see her face. Oh, yes, I regret my wasted years. I'm so glad she was loud and clear. She said, open up your eyes, I'm standing right here. Baby, yes, I hear. Now we're living each day side by side, trying to make it to the shore in the world's riptide. She's my best friend, she'll always be near before they lay me to rest. I hope I get to hear, I hope I get to hear that laugh, see her face. We're running together in this human race, and I love you, and I just can't wait to hear that laugh and see her face.
Thank you, 10 by 10, for having us. Everybody stay safe now.
How's it going, everybody? Go ahead and start doing this comedy in quarantine. I'll start by telling you that I'm Asian. This is not my fault, by the way. I totally gave up bat for New Year's. It's weird when you have one of these global pandemics, right? Because the news loves to show Asians wearing those masks, and I think it's kind of messed up because it makes me question my childhood love of ninjas. You know, like I thought they were badass killers, not germaphobes. I wonder though if there was ever a time a ninja was like, hey, did you say assassinate or vaccinate? I can't hear you. Pull down the mask. It's too hard to hear. I'm Vietnamese. Sometimes when people find that out, they like to talk to me about Vietnamese food, like I invented it or something. They'll come up to me and they're like, oh, you're from Vietnam? Pho. How good is that? That is a weird way to bond with a stranger. You know what I mean? I can't do that. I can't go up to someone and go, oh, you're from Italy? Olive Garden. Delicious. I think, though, we do have a lot of things in common, like drinking. Drinking's a great thing that you're in common. I just don't think you should drink in high school because I don't think you really know your body when you're that young. Like I learned that I have something called Asian glow, and it means if you drink lots and lots of alcohol, you can't process it. My face would turn beet red, my eyes would turn red, and it wasn't fun. You know what I mean? In high school, I'd drink, my parents would see my red face, I would get grounded. you know? And you shouldn't drink because you don't know your body. It happened to the other kids too, right? They'd drink, what happens? They'd get pregnant. So you got to know your body is what I'm trying to say. I grew up in Waco, Texas, in the 80s. That's when all those movies like Platoon and Full Metal Jacket and Rambo were coming out. So the neighborhood kids would only invite me to play war. It totally sucked because they always got to be the American soldiers. I always had to be the Vietnamese prostitute. I'd be like, all right, I will say $5 make you holler, but I am not wearing this lipstick, all right? See you tomorrow. Love you. Long time. My wife is white, and, you know, I don't think she means to be racist, but sometimes she is. She's watching all of these Game of Thrones. She's catching up on Game of Thrones now. She's like trying to get me to watch it, and I was watching a little bit. I go, you know, I don't like it. There's no Asians on Game of Thrones. And my wife was like, wow, what about the dragons? I was like, all right, good point. Racist, but good point. I'll watch it. What flavor popcorn is this? White cheddar or white power? Either way, it's a little salty, okay? My wife and I shared a major milestone recently in our lives. She forced me to go to couples counseling, just in case you were wondering, how white is she? Yeah, I overcooked the eggs, and she was like, hey, I want to talk to a supervisor. That's what it feels like, right? Going to a therapist, it's like the ultimate, I want to talk to the manager. I think seeing a counselor, though, is great if you like being told you're wrong by two people. 3 if you count her mom on speakerphone. I was like, yeah, this disapproval in surround sound is crystal clear, but I don't think I have the fidelity problems, if you know what I'm saying. I learned about the love languages when I was in counseling. I don't know if you... it's the way my wife gives and receives love. And it's my job to figure out what that is. So great. Not only do I have to be a provider, I have to be charming, I also have to be a translating detective. That's great. There were no subtitles on her, you know. I would just be like, listen, I don't speak vagina. And I don't know if you know this or not, but there's 5 of them. There's 5 of them, and you know, you have to find the right one. That means every relationship has like an 80% chance of failure. I know it's a math joke, but I can do that because some of my best friends are numbers. My wife's love language, it turns out, is acts of service, which kind of makes sense now. For Thanksgiving, she asked me to donate time and find her a new husband. So you can tell that counseling went really well for us. We have a daughter, just one, kind of a tough decision because I'm the youngest of 3. My wife's the youngest of 4, but we were like, we're just going to have one, you know, and I felt a little guilty talking to a friend of mine. He was kind of like, are you going to have just one kid? I was like, yeah, I think so. And he's like, well, what if your daughter gets lonely? I started thinking about that, and I was like, you know what, that is her problem. You know what I mean? Like, I got to create life because she's antisocial? I don't think so. I'll get her Netflix, maybe a cat, something. I don't know. I did hit kind of a rock bottom recently as a dad, though. There's no 12-step program for that, you know what I mean? There's like one step, they take your kid away. I woke up one day, I'm not really a very responsible person, I woke up to an overdraft charge, and you know, you get charged $34 if you don't put money into your bank account, and I realized I didn't have any cash on hand, you know. My wife doesn't have cash because she's not working. I don't have cash because I'm married to my wife. And so we were like, how do we put money into the bank right away? And we both remembered that my daughter had just gotten her money from her grandmother for Christmas, and she got $200. And my kid is very responsible, as you can tell. And so I don't know if you've ever had to steal from your daughter's piggy bank. It's a little bit of a tricky situation, you know what I mean? It was like 6:30 in the morning. I went up to her room, casing the joint, you know, looking for loose Lego pieces, anything that could distract me from this operation. And I don't know if you're aware of piggy banks, very, very loud. That's the problem with them. This is not a stealth operation. Very heavy, very loud. I accidentally, I was flipping it over. I was trying to move that weird, the little plastic button thing. I don't know. Maybe kind of like a poor woman's diaphragm. I don't know. Maybe you guys are an IUD crowd. I'm not sure. But I'm trying to reach for that money. I'm trying to feel that money in there. And the noise wakes my kid up. And, I'm like, this is not the time for this conversation. What am I going to tell her? Hey, don't have kids, you're going to be broke. No, can't do that at that moment. So I explained to her, hey, I need to borrow your money. And this is what's really heartbreaking is my daughter looked me in the eyes and she just goes, Daddy, it's okay. You can keep that money. And it just really broke my heart, because she's making me pay her back 40% interest. And, I never thought, you think your kid's going to be a doctor. You never think they're going to be a loan shark. But that's what she's doing, and she's doing a great job at it. So thanks for listening.
Hello, I'm Tommy Peacock. Here's a song called Rock and Roll Show.
All the kids say yeah, for Russ's place. You can dream of who you want, and surely show your true face. Hey kids, come out and play. Go ahead and let the days get away. Hey kids, let me hear you out loud. The sun's up above and the parents are out of town. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Main Street downtown, I look up to the sky. With G, K-R-T-I, we could not lie. Gentlemen, what's your name? What's your occupation? I said softly, sir, it's human relations. Hey kids, come out and play. Go ahead and let the days get away. Hey kids, let me hear you out loud. The sun's up above and the parents are out of town. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Say hey kids, hey kids. All it takes is one song to sing to. All it takes is one dream to cling to. Simple mistakes, major problems I link to. The next chord I play has got a lot of ring to. Oh, over there, I see the sign, I see, should I get off? Should've just the exit seems it's next. The exit seems it's next. I'm going passing through on a mile or two. I got words to live by. I'll do what I do. I got boots, white shoes, high tops with some blue. I gotta sit around here in the place the hippie dippy blues. I got a plan, yeah, yeah, yeah. I know I see my baby cookie. All it takes is one song to sing to. All it takes is one dream to cling to. Simple mistakes, major problems I link to. Next chord I play, got a lot of ring to. Oh, over there, I see the sign, I see, should I get off? Should just the exit seems it's next. The exit seems it's next. I'm going passing through on a mile or two. I got words to live by. I do what I do. I got boots, white shoes, and tops with some blue. I gotta sit around in the place the hippie dippy blues. Oh, I know I can. Right now I will. Right now I see my right now I can. Right now I will. Right now I see my little bit cookie. All it takes is one song to sing to. All it takes is one dream to cling to. All it takes is one song to sing to. All it takes is one dream to cling to.
Everything good?
Yeah, I just wasn't sure about the lock.
It locks behind you. Like almost all doors in New York City.
So, great dinner last night.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I did.
You did have a good time last night, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Because I thought that things were going...
They were. They are.
So what's the...
Look, I took a giant poop at your apartment, and I could not get it to flush. It's like if you've ever been to 16 Handles when they have to like unload the whole machine so they can clean it, and the drum is just pumping it all out. So I bailed. Bailed as in I left. I didn't do any bailing in terms of what was going on in the bathroom. I am so sorry. But I think I should just go.
Thank you for telling me, Jacob. It's all right. Sit. Since you've been so honest with me, I feel like I should confess something too.
I mean, it can't be as bad as that.
It's not a coincidence that you pooped. It was a test. I needed to know if I could trust you. First, I needed to know if you would feel comfortable enough to do your business and then stay the day with me without rushing off with some excuse or other. And second, if after doing your business, you would tell me the truth about the toilet.
That is all pretty weird, Ellen. But I think I'm into it.
Good. Because you know what, Jacob? I'm into it too. Poop and all.
Yeah. Poop and all. How did you know that I would clog the toilet?
Years of trial and error.
Huh.
But that doesn't matter now. We found each other. We've taken a big step today.
So, should I call a plumber or
The crew
something?
is already on premises.
Oh.
It's not a coincidence that you pooped.
You set all that up?
You're crazy, bitch.
Just don't touch me! Don't touch me!
I'm happy to be part of 10 by 10, based at the Main in Santa Clarita. During the pandemic, I am teaching myself how to play the piano. It's my daughter's piano. She's not here now. I'm learning hymns mostly because they're easy to play and they're about death. I call my daughter in New York City on the day when the cases there hit 26,000, and I say, "Hi, honey, are you okay?" "Yes, Mom, I'm fine. How are you?" "I'm exhausted. I just couldn't sleep last night." "Are you sick?" No, I was watching Contagion." "Why would you watch that?" "I don't know. I think it's sort of in the zeitgeist." "The pandemic is not an idea, Mom. It's a global health emergency." Yes. So I guess I shouldn't tell you I'm reading The Plague." "What is wrong with you?" I'm hanging up. I know, I'm annoying my daughter, and she's already so upset. It's her senior year of college, her last semester. She's majoring in acting, so yeah, all that's going online. Her senior project was canceled. It was a one-woman show with handmade puppets, original music, and it was about me, all the things that I did wrong as a mother. I totally get that. I get that because I once did a show like that, and my mom came to see it. She was sitting in the audience, and everybody knew who she was without asking. She was sitting there in a suit, hat, gloves, pumps. And after the show, people said to her, "Well, what did you think of this?" And she said, "Well, it's obviously a work of fiction." So anyway, I was going to my daughter's show. I had the plane tickets, but no, it's off. And after graduation, she had a wonderful gig lined up playing bass and keys for a band touring all over the world. Well, that's off. And I feel bad for my daughter. I mean, wasn't global warming bad enough? And then I'm thinking, oh, my throat, that seems to be closing off. Am I sick? I better make some really, really hot tea and lemons. I crave lemons. So I get in my car and I drive over to the market, and I get out and I stand on one of those chalk lines by the door. They're so reassuring, aren't they? They're pink and purple and blue, so colorful, spaced exactly 6 feet apart. Standing on the chalk line, I feel safe. A friend of mine calls me on my cell. She says, "Hey, I have some jokes for you." Okay. Staying at home, we're going to find out everybody's actual hair color. Passover is going to be canceled because of a plague. Oh, yes. Here's my favorite. We're not sheltering in place. We're artists in residence. Ha, that's good. You stay safe. You too. I call my daughter and I tell her the jokes, and she says, "Yes, Mom, I have read those like 500 times on social media. I'm hanging up now." So it's time to go into the market. We go in 3 at a time. And people are not keeping their distance. They're much too close. I'm thinking, my God, why did I risk my life coming to this market to get lemons? But I'm already here. I might as well get the lemons. So I get them, and I go up to the register, and I feel so bad for the clerk. I mean, she's got this mask and gloves. It's awful. I race to my car, and I go home, and I go inside, and I wash my hands with soap and water for 20 seconds, and I wash the lemons with soap and water for 20 seconds, and I make the tea, and I put in the lemon, I drink the tea. Yes, I'm okay. I'm better. It's 3 p.m. I'll walk. So I go outside. Immediately, I get a text from my friend. She says, "My husband, it is like living with a 2-year-old. He says, I'm going to go across the street, play cards with Mo." I say, no, you're not. You're 70 years old. You could die. Because see, that's how we have to think now. We old ones, we go across the street, we could die. So I'm walking along the sidewalk. I see another human being. So I dash to the other side of the street, and I don't even look at them because, of course, they could have it, because that's where the enemy is, right? It's in other people and in ourselves. Up ahead, I see 2 really old people, very short. They are all in rain gear, boots and raincoats and hats. It's not raining. What do they think? The clothing is going to protect them from the virus? They're not going to make it. So I walk into the street to give them space, and a jogger comes by, and he practically pushes me down. He is fit and strong. He's going to survive. I come up to a nursing home. They're closed now. You can't visit, but this woman is standing on the sidewalk, yelling through the screen into this window. She says, "Hey, Mom." And I'm so happy that my mom is dead. Then I see up ahead this guy who, he lives a few doors down from me. Bill, he's about 80. Now, Bill has never spoken to me. The 25 years that we have lived on the same block, never spoken to me. Until today. Today, he calls out to me, "It's a hoax! Social distancing, it's ridiculous!" And I yell back, "Yes, yes, Bill, it's a hoax. People all over the world are just killing themselves." No, they're just old. Old people die." "Yes, Bill, like you and me. We should just die." Oh, I've scared him now. He thinks I'm crazy. So he turns around, goes the other way, and I yell at him, "You can dish it out, but you can't take it, Bill." Then I see a text on my phone. A cousin, her son is 35. He is tested positive for COVID-19. He's in a hospital in the Bronx. He's on oxygen. I call my daughter. I say, "Hi, honey. Are you okay?" "Yes, Mom. I cannot take your anxiety. My therapist and I had decided that I'm going to call you at 5:30 today, and we are going to watch a funny television show." Okay. So I go on home, and at 5:30, my daughter calls, and she sets it all up on the laptop so we can see the show, but we can also see each other's faces. And it's Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's the episode where Larry David is late for a baseball game. So he picks up a hooker and has a hooker sit in the passenger seat so he can use the carpool lane and speed past all the traffic to the stadium. He gets there on time and watches the game. He doesn't have enough cash to pay the hooker. He has to go home and ask his wife for the money. It's funny. It's funny. And you know, like 23 minutes, I forget about the virus. And I sit down at the piano and I don't play the hymns. I think of a song that my dad loved. He grew up really poor. He worked at the Campbell Soup Factory. He hated his job. He'd get off work and go home, and he listened to the radio, and this particular song would cheer him up, "The Bluebird of Happiness." So I sit down, I find the chords. It goes like this. "So remember this, life is no abyss. Somewhere there's a bluebird of happiness."
Well, hello 10 by 10. My name is Dan Satchoff, and due to pending litigation, before I start my set, my attorney would like to make a short statement.
Say, you ever have a funny taste in your spit that you can't explain?
In my spit?
Yeah.
No, I can't say that I have.
Yeah, it's like strawberries or halibut or something. I can't quite put my finger on it, you know what I mean?
Could you just make the statement?
Oh, yeah, sure, the statement. Yeah. Almost got about the statement. Yeah, I swear to get my own nose, even if it was attached to my face. You know what I mean there, son?
It is attached. Huh? Your nose, it is attached to your face.
Oh, well, that explains it then.
Explains what?
Why, it smells like thoughts up here.
I'm sorry?
I say, no need to be sorry, son. It's not you, it's me. I had carne asada for lunch. Always makes me a little bit gassy.
Okay. Could you go ahead?
What time do you start this shindig anyway?
As soon as you make the statement.
Oh, okay. Okie doke. Let's get to it then. So you're a Canadian, huh?
Yeah, I am. I try.
Yeah, say, you ever heard the one about the constipated mathematician?
No, I can't say that I have.
Yeah, he worked his problem out with a pencil.
I see.
Yeah, it was a number 2 pencil. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you feel free to use that one if you want to.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I hide it in the men's room. I do some of my best thinking in the men's room, yeah. That's relaxing, you know what I mean there, son?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, sometimes I lock myself in the stall and eat my lunch there, like a cabbage roll or some salami or a waffle, you know what I mean there, son?
Okay, look, Bernie, you're my attorney, so...
No, sir, stop right there.
What?
I am not your attorney, I'm your lawyer.
It's the same thing.
Not an attorney's highfalutin like Terry Mason. A lawyer is somebody like Natlock.
Okay.
My Aunt Sassy loves Natlock. She says he's folksy and cantankerous, you know what I mean? She watches a lot of TV.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she don't get out of the house much on account of her weak bladder, you know what I mean?
Weak bladder?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, look.
It's hereditary. Turns out her bladder is the size of a peanut, so it makes it tough to leave the house, you know what I'm saying there, son? She tried wearing some of the adult diapers one time, but she kept getting a rash on her.
Okay, all right. I get the idea.
Could we just show what happens now?
The statement. Could you just make the statement?
Oh, yeah, sure, that's right. I'm sorry. My client will be using the ladies' restroom this evening because some days, even though he looks like a he feels like a she.
No, wait. Wait a minute. I don't feel like a she ever.
You don't?
Well, no. It's not me. I identify as a male. You've got me confused with somebody else. That is absolutely the wrong statement.
Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. That's the first time that's happened. You sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
You're not the he/she, huh?
No, and that's not the right term. Okay. Anyway, it's non-binary, huh? Non-binary is the right term.
No, not that there's nothing wrong with it. Making such a big deal out of it there, son.
But I'm not.
Even if you are a cross-dresser.
Transvestite, which I am not.
Huh?
I'm not.
Well, look, it's none of my business what you think you are, son. Heck, I'll tell you what, my cousin Jasper thought he was a raccoon till he was 13 years old. You know what I mean there, son?
Okay, what does that have to do?
And I can't believe this, son.
Can't believe what?
Well, we used to catch him out back on the compost pile, rummaging for food and whatnot, you know what I mean?
I don't know what this had to...
His nickname was Crappy because he never changed his shorts there.
Crappy?
Yeah.
Okay, look, enough with the stories. Could you just get to the statement?
I said you're a little tense there, son.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, you should relax a little. Try some yoga.
What?
Yeah, my nephew Percy is a yoga instructor.
Percy?
Yeah.
I don't want to do it.
Yeah, try it. Want to see some poses?
No, I don't.
This is Panting Dog.
Okay, great.
Yeah, this one's called Laughing Lotus.
This is officially a nightmare.
It makes you more flexible, too. I used to be stiff as a board there, son, and now I can do this.
Okay, that's enough. Can you turn back around here, please, and let's just do the rest of this routine, okay?
I'm not sure.
What do you mean?
I've never gone this far before, son. I'm not sure I know the way back.
Can't you just go back the way you came?
Well, to be honest, I wasn't paying attention. It was a pretty quick trip.
Okay, we can't leave you like this.
Of course not, but I got an idea.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, what?
Narco!
No, I'm not gonna do this.
Narco!
Polo.
Narco!
Polo.
Narco!
Polo.
Narco!
Polo.
Well, what than this?
Can you just make the statement now?
Nope.
Why?
Well, all this talking you've done has used up your retainer. You weren't such a chatty Cathy, and maybe we could have gotten to your statement. You know what I mean there, son?
Good evening, I'm Chet Grimes.
And I'm Sandy Wood.
This is continuing coverage of Corona Watch 2020. Officials are reporting that the first photo of Corona patient 0 is now available.
Apparently, the man contracted the virus shortly after this picture was taken.
The man was successfully treated for COVID-19. However, he did have to urinate for a week.
Somebody needed a diaper.
He sure did, Sandy. In other news, martial arts legend Chuck Norris tested positive for the coronavirus.
The virus will be in quarantine for the next 2 weeks.
You know what they say, Sandy. Chuck Norris doesn't predict the future. He tells it what to do.
You got that right.
And finally tonight, earlier in the broadcast, we made an error by suggesting a beer was responsible for this pandemic. And when we get it wrong, we say so.
So the beer wasn't responsible?
No. But in a related story, Corona has changed their name to avoid association with the outbreak.
The new name is being praised as a stroke of marketing genius.
However, experts say it still tastes like liquid feces.
That was my nickname in high school.
What was?
Liquid feces.
That explains why you never went to prom.
Yep.
When news breaks out, we'll break in.
Hey everybody, so I know this is 10 by 10. I've done this before, and tonight I'm gonna share a story with you called The Wrong Girl. So in October 2018, I outed my abusive ex-girlfriend on a private Facebook post, and I hashtagged #MeToo. All of my straight friends were doing it. Sounds like a drug story. All my friends were doing it, so why shouldn't I? But it was true. It was at pretty much the height of the Me Too movement. I mean, it had started in 2016, but people were outing Harvey Weinstein. I mean, Mute R. Kelly. Everything was just crashing down. And it felt so good for the first time to be able to say, this person who's in the community with us is in fact an abuser. Because up until that point, all we really talk about is male abusers. And as a lesbian, all I could think is, why are we not adding this into the conversation? Not just for gays, but also for straight people who have been abused by their female partners. Why are we not talking about this and acting like all women are angels? We all know that that's not true. Just like all men are not angels. Just like all birds are not angels. There are good and bad things and gray areas as well. So I challenge the system saying, if you really believe in Me Too and you really believe in all women, then you will believe what I say in this post, regardless of the fact that you've worked with this person, that you know her well, that most of these people that I was talking to that were my friends on Facebook seemingly knew, you know, I wasn't saying pick one, but I was saying, you're saying believe women. So fine, Me Too. And I said her name. I did not name the specificity of the abuse. I didn't say she raped me. I didn't say that she hit me. I didn't say anything specific. I do believe I talked about some emotional and psychological pain that she had caused. But again, it was primarily challenging this system of independent comedian females, primarily, that have like these secret Facebook groups where they make up these crazy, insane, fake alleged rape lists, which putting alleged on there doesn't mean that a lawyer can't come back and sue you for defamation. Gina, that's one of the witches who runs the group. I only outed her by first name. At any rate, when my abuser saw that I told the truth about her, she had spies on me, obviously, because it was a private Facebook post. So when my abuser saw that I had outed her, she flipped out, and instead of going to court and civilly suing me for defamation, if she thought that it was in fact defamation, which it wasn't, which is why she didn't try to civilly sue me, she went to a corrupt judge whose opinions, or his judgments, I should say, of the law had been slapped down, overturned 6 times in less than a year and a half, meaning most of the time this judge wasn't interpreting the law correctly or completely abusing the law. We won't get into that. But what we will get into is what happened. So she goes to court with the Me Too post and says, this post accusing me of abuse is abusive. So she accused my freedom of speech, my talking about her abuse, as being abusive because it was disturbing her peace and her calm. Okay? She took that, a letter supposedly from my ex-girlfriend, who was a diagnosed borderline personality disorder, bulimic, someone who was a cutter, and generally unstable. I have so much evidence against this person in Seattle. She's a therapist right now. And I would urge anyone seeing this person to stop. If anyone wants to contact me about who any of these abusers are, I will leave you my email at the end of this story so you know the truth. Because in this community, it is so much easier to believe a story or just something that you see on the internet. And today, I hope after watching this video, you don't blindly believe things anymore, because it can happen to you. If it happened to me, it can happen to anyone. They say it just happens to men. It doesn't. It happens to all of us. We just don't have the bravery to talk about it because it's embarrassing and it's scary. And it's something that we'd rather just forget that didn't happen, pretend like it didn't happen, maybe pretend like it was all just a really big nightmare. But I keep waking up and I keep thinking how I need to tell the story. And so that's why I'm here today, to tell you this story, so it doesn't happen to any of you. So let's go back to court. So she files all these trumped up charges, right? She says I hit her in the head in 2015. She doesn't have any evidence of any of this. Just statements to get me dragged into court for a restraining order. So I go into court with, at the time, girlfriend, because I'm not an abusive human. We went in together and I was like, I have nothing to prove. I have nothing to fear. I didn't hit her. I didn't hurt her. I don't know what this nonsense is, but I'll just go in and tell the judge the truth. That's all I need to do, is tell the truth and I'll be okay. So I went in. And the judge read her stuff and said, okay, Julia, I've read everything that Jen said and I take it for her word. So prove yourself innocent. Prove myself innocent? There's no such thing. That's not the way it works. She didn't have evidence against me. It's the plaintiff's job to prove the defendant beyond a reasonable doubt guilty. So not only did she not have evidence, then the judge started abusing me himself by putting it on me, the layman, the patron, the non-lawyer / random girl who got randomly thrown into a courthouse for bullshit. Some weird explanation like, you need to talk your way out of this. To which I said, I don't understand. That's not the law, Your Honor. It's innocent until proven guilty. Please explain. Well, there was not much of an explanation. It was a lot of legal jargon and basically telling me that I wasn't taking responsibility for my post and that it greatly disturbed her calm. And that's why it needed to come down. And I did take it down in his courtroom. I said that I felt as though the court was being manipulated because he granted her a 3-year domestic violence restraining order for a Me Too Facebook post. Yes, I will say it again. A judge in California granted a 3-year domestic violence restraining order, causing me to lose so much weight. I was 88 pounds. So much anxiety, I had to take drugs I never thought I would. So much anxiety, I fantasized, can't even talk sometimes when I think about these things, about walking in front of traffic and killing myself. Not because I was guilty, but because I couldn't believe that the 225 people who all said, I believe you, when I hit post and was shaking to finally out and to tell the truth about my abuser, all those people, all those women, primarily women, went back after my abuser got that 3-year injunction. Now, most people who are really afraid, who've really been abused, take a restraining order and run away and don't show anyone, and they just know they have it and they're safe, right? Most abuse victims, they know, they're like, I'm safe. Okay, so what did she do with it? She took that restraining order and ran all over the comedy community. She went to theaters. She went to people who had interviewed me. She even went to my own agent, telling them that I was a dangerous person and showing them the DVRO as proof. In the meantime, my family and I filed for an appeal. I'm sure most of you at this point know what an appeal is. When a judgment doesn't go in your favor, whether it's right or wrong, you can, as a citizen of the United States, file an appeal. So we did just that. We hired a reasonably priced, very well-spoken, well-read, very educated, very accredited appellate attorney. And that's what you need. And so it took 1.5 years for us to get my abuser back into court to resolve the matter. We brought all the evidence. We brought everything to the appellate judges in the second appellate court district. And the 3 justices reversed it. It was a woman justice who wrote the reversal, wrote the opinion. It has now become new case law. Eugene Volk and Aaron Kaplan, 2 very prestigious law professors, asked it to be published. Now, this story seems like it's a really happy ending. And in a lot of ways it is, because it's off my record. That's the truth. Nothing violent ever happened between this woman and I. We hadn't seen or spoken to each other in almost 4 years, except at 2 random storytelling shows that we happened to be booked on together. So it was such a violation of my rights to have this thing slapped on me, to be called an abuser when I'd done nothing but talk about my own abuse, and then to have an entire community of feminists turn around and use that same information against me. I feel it was just as bad as any rape that I could have experienced in my life. Thank you so much. I'm Julia Pels.
Hola, amigos! So good to be here, you guys. I love it here. I love it here. How many valet parked? Anybody? You guys are as cheap as me. No, I never valet park my car. You know why? I don't trust those guys, right? You never know how they're gonna treat your kids. Yeah. Gotta be careful. They don't change diapers. So this jacket is new. What do you think? You like it? Thank you very much. I got it off one of the chairs in the casino. Fits pretty good, right? I am also celebrating, you guys. Just a couple weeks ago, I had my bridal shower. Thank you. Thanks. Thanks. I don't have a fiance or a boyfriend. I just needed some stuff, you guys. Yeah. Registered. I got a flat screen TV. That's what a girl wants. I don't need plates. The crazy thing is I actually wear a wedding ring. I do. I wear, my friends think I'm crazy. I bought it for myself. I saw this older movie called The Field of Dreams. Have you guys seen that movie? Yes, I got the idea. Ladies, if you build it, they will come. Yes. 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 So now when I meet the right guy, all I have to do is just hand him the receipt. Yeah, because we went to Jared's. You can make payments, what's up? I am actually Peruana, Peruvian, first generation born here in the US, thanks. The crazy thing is when I tell Americans my nationality, how many of them are like, where's Peruvia? Really? You're stupid. With a capital E. And that's the joke I use to gauge the audience intelligence. You guys need more Asians, I'm telling you. I think, if you didn't know that, just study your geometry. Please. Oh my gosh. You guys are awesome. So my parents were actually both born in Lima, Peru. They got together there, and then they came to the United States to have the kids. So it was really hard for them to get their citizenship, so I married them. Yeah, it's working out, yeah. Our wedding was so Latino, people threw rice and beans. Yeah, true story, I just found this out. My mom is so mad that I only have one kid. Let me explain. It's because I have 3 brothers, and they all have more kids than me. My baby brother has 7 kids. 7 kids, yeah. My oldest brother has 6. My second oldest brother has 2. So we think he's gay. I mean, that right? That doesn't even make sense. Plus, they came from 2 different fathers, so that's how you really know. You guys did good on that joke. I'm so proud of you. There was a lot of numbers in that one. You guys did you. Man, you didn't even need to carry the 1. I'm proud. I went with my mom to Peru. We had this huge family reunion. This is when she chooses to let me know that she's embarrassed of her only daughter. She's like, Lisa, you only carry 1 baby in your body. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, Mom, but 15 kilos of Coke. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. See, you guys came on the right night. Meet me after the show, get a little baggie of Coke. Yes, that's right. And a side of ceviche. And my dad's awesome. I think my father is the reason that I do stand-up comedy, because he's just so supportive. He's the best dad. But my dad has this thing called chemical depression. I don't know if you know what that is. It's when the brain has an imbalance of serotonin and whiskey. Yes, he has that pretty good. This lady came up to me after a show and she said, was it hard for you to grow up with an alcoholic father? And to be honest, I didn't know. You don't know when you're a little kid. You don't know that there's a problem with drink. I just thought we were both having apple juice on the rocks all day. I didn't know that was, I didn't know. And my dad was so fun. Oh my gosh. You have not lived until you have played hide and seek with an alcoholic. Oh my gosh. One time he didn't find me for 2 days, you guys. He was so supportive. My father in high school, he went to every single basketball game. I mean, I ran track, but he was at every game. He was always in the bleachers, you know, because he woke up there. And good man. And I had a rough year, you guys, rough year last year. I really did. I had full-on knee surgery. I tore everything. Like this part of my knee is now metal. I tore everything. And the scar is really long. It's literally the length of my hand. And I mean that for real. I'm not talking in guy language. It's really this long. No exaggeration. Yeah, I was in the hospital for 3 days. Guess who called me every day in the hospital? Every day. My dad. Yes, for Percocet. And, I mean, what a guy. You know, in the hospital, there's 2 different surgical rooms. There's the pre-op room, and then there's the actual surgical room. So in the pre-op room, I was awake. That's where they take your blood pressure, they hook you up to machines, they prep you. So there's like 5 people running around, getting me ready. Someone just comes over to me and just lifts up my gown. I was like, what are you doing? And he's like, ma'am, I gotta get you prepped for surgery, so I'm gonna have to shave you. I was like, excuse me, it's my knee, okay? This area right here, not even close, buddy, right here. This part. Yeah. And he's like, ma'am, I'm just trying to do my job. Please don't give me any problems. I'm like, you're the janitor. So he's like, well, if you had better insurance. That's true. That's true. My son is now studying to be a rocket scientist. This is true. He just started college. Thank you. Thank you so much. I said this to my son. I go, honey, why? Why? Explain it to me so that I understand, because it's going to be a lot of work, honey. And he goes, Mom, I want to build the world's fastest rocket. I want to transport people to Mars. I want them to feel what it's like to be weightless. And I was like, honey, there are drugs for that. What are you doing? I have cocaine, we can work together. Juntos sí se puede. I want to transport people, work for Uber, come on. What are you doing? Oh my gosh. And then after we had lunch, we're walking through the campus and we're having this great time. And one of my son's friends, who has never met me before, says to my kid, hey, Zach, how long have you guys been going out? To my kid, my son was mortified. He was like, oh, that is my mother. That is not my sugar mama. And I was like, excuse me? Who just bought those gym shoes for you? Yeah, it was me. Who just paid for lunch? Yeah, I did. Yeah, who's paying for the university? The government. Because I'm Latina. And I'm here, so build that wall. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because we got rockets now. We'll fly right over it. Thank you guys so much. I'm Lisa Alvarado.
And the winner of You're the Best.
Drum roll, please.
And the winner is Felicia Grady.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
And we'll see you at the season finale.
guys.